Hello everyone, Miss Schlarman here, and today you're watching me make an origami flower. Now notice this is in fast motion. I will slow it down after you see it and go step by step. We're basically using two pieces. One we're rolling up to make the stem, and the other one we are folding to make the flower petals and the head of the flower. We are going to be using a crane base. If you have not learned how to make the crane, I would suggest doing that first before doing this one. Once you have understanding of other origami, more complicated origami becomes more easy to work with. Notice how I'm attaching the stem to the flower head. In origami, typically you don't use glue. Here we go. You can use any kind of paper. Most important is to use squares, so make sure you're working with a square piece. I have green paper, but if you don't have green paper, you can use a crayon and color it. I'm pinching the corner and I'm rolling it in on the white paper so that the green will show. Now, I'm kind of getting this together, but you want it as tight as possible. So pinch that little corner and then tight it, tight. You're gonna roll it up. And once again, if you don't have like green paper, you can use a crayon on blank paper and then use it that way. All right, so here I go. I'm just pinching it and I'm going to roll it up. And this is where you need patience. Take your time, go slow. I'm gonna speed it up here in fast motion. See, fast motion is so nice. It's just like, boop, boop, boop. But reality, this took a long time. Now take that and set it to the side. Also, I used a little glue on it to keep it together. And then I will use glue to attach the flower part. So we're gonna make a crane base. You're going to fold it into a triangle. You wanna make that nice and crisp. Open it up, and then you're gonna fold it into a triangle the other way and make that nice and crisp. Notice I go back over it a couple times so that my folds are really nice and tight. The next thing you're gonna notice is that those folds are going down. Those are called valley. And the reason I did that is because it's gonna help me bring in that crane base in just a second. Now you're gonna notice I flip over. So flip your paper over and I'm gonna be folding opposite of the triangles. So with two colors, it makes it easier to understand. So the colored one that I want to be seen is gonna be folded in half like rectangles. So not the triangle, but now fold a rectangle. All of these lines are going to be going through that line of symmetry from the center. So now these lines are folding in, while those other ones I folded are going out. Those are mountains now. So here I took it and folded it the other way, creating that rectangle. So I have a cross in the middle and then the X on the corners. Notice the cross in the middle, the X are sticking up and the cross are going. Now I put it in a diamond in front of me and I have those ones that are sticking up, the mountain folds, coming together. That is your first base form. That's called a crane base. And it's a little complicated, so that's why I'm showing you it again. You're taking all of the corners and you're putting them in towards each other. Now remember to pause the video, slow it down, watch it, take your time. If you see how to make a crane, I explain this a little more clearly in there if you need extra help on this, because sometimes this base is the hardest fold. So here we go. Look at it one more time. You take all of the corners and you bring the corners together. Once those are together, the sides are going to stick out. Then make sure that your creases are completely smooth. So I go back over it and we're ready to continue. Now, we're going to be doing the frog base. So the frog base is you take that first flap, and there's always 4 flaps, and you open it up, and you got to be gentle, and sometimes it's a little tricky, so just be patient, and you're going to open it up, and you're going to spread it out. So you notice how I keep it, and don't let the 2 at the bottom or the inside go floppy. So you're going to open it up and use that line of symmetry. That's the line going down the middle. Make sure those lines are aligning up. Origami is very symmetrical and it's balanced like yin yang. So what you do to one side, you want to do to the other side. We're going to have 4 flaps. So I'm going to do this 4 times. I pulled that one flap over, I opened it up, and then I smoothed it down, making sure that line. Fold it over that way. Now, when you're doing this, it's not balanced enough, so you might need to open it up, put it on the other side. Take your time, open up that flap, make sure those lines or symmetry are balanced, and then squish it down. Remember, don't forget to pause if you need to. I've done 3 flaps, so now I need to do that last flap. Open it up, squish it down, and the more you do this, the better you get. Now notice, you always want to know where all your flaps are, how they're separated. Notice one side's flat here, so you're going to open them up to where you're only seeing the flat side. We're ready for that next step. So there we have the next one, and I'm going where the points are. Notice where the splits are so that you're not making the super point on the wrong side. And I always call it a super point because it's going to go towards that line of symmetry. Now, once you have it there, I'm going to take the line and cross it over from corner to corner there, and I'm creating a fold line. So it's just kind of it's not going to stay like that. It's just getting the crease ready. Now, I'm going to gently open this up. So this is where if you knew what the crane, how to make the crane, this would be easier. So I open that, I open that. Now what I'm doing is I'm reversing those folds and I'm going inside with them. And then I flatten it out. Now I'm going to do this 4 times. So you're going to see me do this same fold 4 times. Remember, it looks complicated, but really it's a lot of repetition. And if you get the repetition down, you don't have to worry about not getting it right. Now, here what you want to do is you don't want it to fall apart while you're manipulating it. So take your time to adjust it, and you're going to get to that next spot. So there's one flap, turn it over, here's the next one. So this is the second time I'm doing the same fold that I just did. You take those little flaps down at the bottom, line it up with that super point, and make that crease. Line it up on that little middle line and make that crease. Now the top, connect that line over, so I'm going to create that crease. It's just basically a guide fold. Having that fold will let me reverse it. Open, open, then lift. Now this is where you have to use that guide fold. Reverse that fold, bring it together. Remember, take your time, precision. Your first one might look a little funny. So the more you do, the better you get. So that was the second time. Now we're going to do it the third time, same thing. Just make sure that you're finding your flaps. It looks complicated, but really it's just the same thing over and over. So get that line it up on that symmetry, kind of like that airplane fold. Then you're going to create a crease, and you can see the crease from the other ones, but get it in the right direction. If it's going in the right directions, it makes that fold over, the reverse fold, and the flattening lay down so much easier. So now I still have one more to go, so I flatten it out. I'm going to reposition it. So I take that, fold it on itself, over to the other way, and find the one section that I haven't finished yet. There it is. So once I have it there, I'm going to make sure everything's lined up and smooth. You can see I keep going back and smoothing everything out. And I'm going to line it up, that super point, right on that line of symmetry. Oops, got a little messy there, but it's okay. Take this one over here, line it up. Then I'm going to fold down to create that little section there. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, there we go. Open it up. Yep, there I go. I forgot. I forgot to fold that over. It's okay if you mess up. Take your time and go back and forth. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it here. See, this one needs a little more adjusting. Get it in its position, and then I'm going to crease it down. Remember, take your time. It's not a race. This next step, I think, is one of the trickier parts of it. Now, remember, I'm going to do it 4 times. So watch it and then try it. So watch it 4 times. It makes it a lot easier. Reversing that one fold and I'm going to be tucking it in. Once again, watch this a couple times because it looks a little confusing. So I've got that, and then I tuck this in to create the petal. So that's going to be the petal that kind of sticks out. So getting that one is a little tricky. So very carefully take it, squish that in. It's going to be folded in on itself, and it's got a lot of different folds that it wants to take. So make sure that you're getting the right one. So you're going to do this 4 times. So it's going to look like that. Get it balanced by flipping it and putting equal amounts on it. That way when you fold, it doesn't fall apart on you. So we're opening it up, the splits on the top. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open that up. So gently open it up, and you're going to see that one fold. And you're going to basically make it match that first one. So once you get the first one done, it's a lot easier to do the others because it wants to match it. So I tuck in that one little pinch there, and then I squish down the sides. So that one fold that it looked like, why did we fold that before? Well, now you can see why we folded it like that before, because it created that one little crease there. So I got to fold that one in and then flatten that other one out. All right, so that's the second time I did this one. And smooth it out, smooth it out. So there you go. You can see once you get it all like the folds reversed and going the right way, you open it up again, then it lays back down smooth. All right, so this is the third time I'm doing that same fold. Open, open, okay? Then reverse that one fold, reverse that one fold, and then flatten out that fold, and then flatten out that fold. See, look how much smoother it is once you know what you're doing. All right, so then I've got one more to go. Open them up, keep them even, so that when you're folding, it doesn't get difficult to work with. There it is. There's that last one. So I've got it even. There we go. So I'm going to open and then open, and I'm going to reverse that one fold, reverse it. So tuck that one in. Those get tucked in, and then the other ones get squashed. So fold it in on that one and then squash it. So you can see how I open it up. Those two closest to the point, they go in, and the other one gets squashed out. So it goes whoop and squashed. All right, that's, I think, the hardest fold for this. So once you've got that mastered, you are good to go. Open it up now, and you're going to look at just the flat side. So there's no split in the middle. And then the top part there, that's going to be the petals. Now I need to make the bottom part to be a super point. So on that line of symmetry, I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it super tight right next to each other. I like to call this the airplane fold sometimes. So a lot of people are more familiar with that. So what I'm doing is I'm taking all those flat sides and I'm going to make those into super points. So there we go. We got the super point, super point. Now I'm going to do this to all 4 sides. So once again, you might have to balance it by moving it around and make sure that you don't let it fall apart on you. Take your time. You've got this. Remember, if you're getting frustrated, hit pause, come back to it. Each step is done 4 times, so it looks more complicated than what it is. It's just a lot of repetition. All right, so I'm on that last super point there. And now the magic's going to happen. Okay, so move it up a little bit, Miss Schlarman. You're winning out of the window. There we go. So here we have it, and it looks flat. Now, how do I make it not flat? So open it up to where you see the petals, okay, or the super points. Now take that super point, and you're going to fold it back or curl it back. And it's gently opening up. Look at that. It's just like magic when it comes alive. You're going to fold those ones back, and you're going to fold that one back. Now, some people like to have their petals curved. Some people like to have them folded. So here I'm working with the fold. The curved ones take a little bit more work to do. But if you're getting tired of waiting on it, what you can do is take it and just crease that whole section right there. So you take it, fold it out, and work with it. Here I like the turn up twist method. But really all you have to do is take it and fold it down if you don't want it to have that curled effect. All right, so also you can curl it tight, makes it go a lot faster, or just even fold it right at that crease. Take it and fold it. I'm always like, I don't want to get a strong crease, but you can. It's not going to hurt it. So there it is. There's the crease one. So it's going to open it up. Make sure all your folds stay intact. So pinch it down and working with it. Now pretty soon we're going to use a paper clip to put the hole in the middle and then put our stem attached to it. So right now I'm just making sure my petals are laid out the way that I want them. So I'm going to take it and just pinch it, and then it works lovely. It's so pretty. Oh, you know what? I'm going to give this to my mom for Mother's Day, or I'll give it to someone special. Now, next I need to attach the stem to it. So what I'm going to do is go find a paper clip. I'm going to open that paper clip up, and I'm going to use that to poke a hole through the bottom of it. Be gentle, you don't want to break anything, but I'm just going to get it started. So gently just push it through. Then I'm going to use a little Elmer's glue as well. So I'm going to put my stem through that hole, and it's just going to go straight in. But and you can leave it, but I like to put just a little glue so that it won't fall off. But it works without the glue as well. So here I have a little bit of glue, and I'm going to just put it right at the tip of that where that stem is. And then I'm going to use my finger to kind of make it even and smooth around. Glue just rubs off. It kind of cleans your fingers as you work with it. Make sure if you have a mess, you clean it up. Then I take it to the top and double check it, make sure it's all smushed around, nice and good and dry. You can tilt it to where your flower kind of goes at an edge, or make it straight. Look how beautiful the inside of that is. It's absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I can't wait to see all of your flowers. I hope you enjoy this. I know I did. All right, take care. Good luck. Bye.